So tell me, Mr. Ken, what size and what color would you like?
Well, I want the gray extra
Okay.
large.
Extra large gray. Got it. Miss Sharita, I know you already have one, maybe two. What color don't you have?
I don't have the coral.
Okay. Would you like the coral?
Yes.
Okay. Medium?
Medium. Yes, ma'am. Remember, your hair
I
is beautiful today.
Thank you. I was experiencing stress this morning and I came to the office with my hair pinned up, still sweaty from the gym, and I had stress and I sat in my office and breathed and curled my hair to calm down. So y'all get fixed hair because of stress. And then I'll tell you in a minute what I was stressed about. But I came in here and I made this sign. I don't know if y'all can read it, but it says, breathe in calm, breathe out stress.
Right.
And that's we talked about that last week and how you can use different words. We could use breathe in blessings. We could use breathe in ease. You could breathe in good. You could bring in positive, anything that is good for you, right? Or what you're needing. And breathing out stress. We can breathe out fear. We can breathe out negative. We can bring out, we can breathe out whatever it is we're not wanting to hold on to. So we're bringing in the good, pushing out the bad. There's always good. There's always bad, right?
Yes.
Well, let me just tell you, this is what I was stressing about. I had a car, an Acadia, and it parked in my garage, and my husband's puppy, I'm pushing this dog off onto my husband because today it's not my puppy, it's not my dog. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this little rascal. Y'all are going to think he's cute. Oh, he's so cute. His name's Boone Brady. Okay, that's Boone. You see him? Well, this little doggy chewed all four of my wheels, like the metal, not the tires, the wheels. So on my brand new car, this was 4 years ago, he chewed all four wheels.
Oh no.
Well, a few weeks ago, I got a new car because my daughter's going to get my other car. This morning, I'm walking out of the gym, and what do I see on my brand new car? Can y'all guess?
Oh no. Chew. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. A little bit of there. Oh, yeah. He did it. He did it to my new car.
Wow. What makes him like that metal?
This is me. Like, I was this, and then I was like, ooh. Okay, so I said this. Okay, let's breathe in calm. Let's breathe in the fact that in the big picture of the world, like that's not a big deal, is it? That's not a big deal. I have a car that drives. It gets me where I need to go. I don't have any problems with it. And okay, so it has a scratched up wheel. My last car had 4 scratched up wheels and it kept getting me where I needed to go. And la-di-da, right? La-di-da. I'm such a perfectionist. Okay. And like, I try to take care of everything, like everything I like just so, I like to keep my things neat and clean. And I'm just like that. And with perfectionism comes stress. A lot of stress, a lot of unnecessary stress. I don't know how to be any different. I've been this way my whole life. So all I knew to do was to breathe in and say calm, just calm. And then I would exhale that stress, that anger feeling, that upset feeling that not everything was perfect. And then I changed my breathe in to, it's just fine. Your car serves its purpose as a car, even with a scratched wheel.
Oh,
Exhale. I mean, so I took what we learned in class and I did my very best to apply it. Does that mean I'm not a perfectionist? No, I'm still a perfectionist, but this is the way we can deal with those times that get us in a tizzy, right? Practice what I preach. And
great
I
for you.
feel
That's
better. I
right.
do.
That's right.
Do I wish it didn't happen? Yes. Am I still calling that cute little puppy my husband's dog? Yes.
Oh,
But one day I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to come out and somebody's going to have put their door into my car. You know, that's going to happen. Does that not happen? That kind of stuff just happens.
yes.
We cannot expect for everything to be perfect all the time. I'm talking to y'all like y'all have a problem.
Oh.
Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
That's the problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, oh, my imperfection is in my need for perfection. It's just crazy. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you and bring our poster into, you know, this world. Hopefully you can see it or read it. Y'all know I see it backwards. So I see like Spanish, like na hierro. I see it backwards. But y'all don't. Y'all see it forward. But I will put your shirts into the mail today. Hopefully that will happen. If not, it will go out tomorrow. But congratulations on coming to 10 classes and still
Great.
having 5 more.
Wow.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, we deserve some praise.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. And you'll love the shirts. Miss Sharita can tell you that they're very soft. The colored shirts are softer than the gray shirt. By that, I mean this one, it's called like beach combed cotton or something. And to me, these two shirts are like that shirt that you've had forever and you've washed it 500 times and it just gets softer and softer. This is soft in just that it's naturally soft. It just doesn't have the same, I don't know, as this. I don't know. Maybe Sharita can attest to that, or maybe it's just me. All right, let's warm ourselves up. A positive about today is that I get to go to Douglas this afternoon. My son's team will be playing in Douglas. So, you know, Patrick goes to school 3 hours away. So it's not easy for me to get to him or go watch his games, but Douglas is only about an hour away. So I'm so glad to be able to go and watch him and see his face. Even though yet this weekend he came to Columbus for his sister's dance competition. So we were able to all be together this weekend. And it was my most favorite weekend in a long time. So do y'all have any good things that are going on with y'all that y'all can share?
I started working out.
Woo, woo. I'm so proud of you. I know you feel better for it.
Hope so.
Well, Sunday morning, I ran 2 miles,
Wow,
2 miles running.
that's amazing. That's impressive.
You need to try it.
Well, sometimes I run for 30,
Well, I
sometimes I run for 30 seconds, Mr. Ken, and that's just, that's about my limit.
well, I'll be honest with you. It's just me and Jesus running together. I couldn't do it by myself.
I was gonna say Jesus would be about the only one
So,
that could get me
anyway.
through.
Right.
I have ran several 5Ks, and the last one I ran it was several years ago. I have ran probably 4 or 5, and after that last time I said, I'm retiring from this. I don't really enjoy this. So that's when I went to the 30-second model, and that works much better for me. Like I will, and actually I'm kidding. What I do is I will, on my cardio days, I will walk for 3 minutes, run for 1 minute, and then walk for that last minute of a 5-minute cycle. And so that's how I'll.
That's great. That's great.
I'll be
Exercise.
on the treadmill
That's great.
for 30 minutes. So in that 30 minutes, I'll have ran 5 minutes total. I think I just did math. If not, just forgive me. But that's just all I can really do, is just to get my heart rate up, and then, you know, keep it up, but not try to like explode my heart or anything. So that's the thing about exercise. If you say to me, what is the best exercise that I can do? Do you know what my answer will be? My answer will be the one you're going to do. That's the best one. Because if I tell you that biking is the best exercise, but you don't own a bike, well, what good is that going to do you? If I tell you that running is the best exercise, but you hate running, what good is that going to do for you? So whatever exercise you're going to do is the best exercise. And find what you love, even if it's a variety of things. That's what I like, is the variety of exercise. I like to do Tai Chi, of course. I like to do walking and a little bit of running. I like to do weightlifting. I like to dance. I like to work in the yard. So there are exercises that aren't your typical go to the gym and do exercise that are exercise. Something that I do that is exercise that I don't enjoy, but it's a necessary evil, is cleaning house. When I clean house, I mean, I'm moving chairs, I'm mopping, I'm sweeping, I'm dusting. I mean, I'm working up a sweat when I clean house. Cleaning that shower, I mean, look at all the reaching that we do, and the elbow grease and the scrub, and you know, that is working out. So don't discount all the activity you do, because a lot of it is exercise. I was trying to get my posters right along with me, and as I'm walking through, I want to make sure that we have all our information with us. Definitely this message for today. Are we in screen? Yes. Okay. And I had moved this one, so it wasn't in the right spot. All right, here we go. We ready? Getting our stable stance with our legs about shoulder width apart. Good posture with relaxed shoulders. Just make sure you're not holding tension anywhere. And that includes your jaw. Sometimes I'll catch myself clenching my jaw. And so just what you do as part of body awareness is do a quick check run through your body to make sure that you're not holding tension anywhere. Let's begin with our neck. Breathe in as you come up and exhale whenever you are ready. All our lungs are different. Inhale and exhale at your own rate. Just make sure you're continuing to breathe. This one's for our neck. For our other neck exercise, we follow that hand as we look towards that shoulder, back to center, and we're going back and forth. Not going as far as we can, just go until you feel a slight stretch. Appreciate that stretch for what it is, as it helps with the mobility of our neck. I'm so proud of you for taking care of yourself outside of Tai Chi class and inside of Tai Chi class. Thank y'all for sharing those stories of choosing to take care of you. All right, let's roll our shoulders. Roll them forward first. They feel a little bit awkward, and it's because our shoulders should be back. So roll those shoulders back. That helps reset our posture, and it feels like a little massage we give ourselves. Continue to breathe. Now big shoulder circle. Bringing those hands up, palms up and down, push down. This is one of those exercises that we can practice breath with, whether we're standing or seated. I like to practice breath seated so I don't have to worry about holding my weight with my legs. I can kind of let the chair support me instead of my legs. Take our ball, we're going to separate those hands. One pushes up, the other down. And, keeping those soft bends in our elbows. Nice stretch. Take our ball for a ride, side to side, tightening that core, thinking of that straw that coming out from our belly button as we move our torso side to side with our core muscles engaged. Remembering that when we have a strong core, it is a huge factor in our ability to stay balanced. And I think we take it for granted. I think I do. Maybe I shouldn't say we. I'll definitely say this. I take it for granted because when I think about balance, I think I'm more focused on the stance of my feet, the fact that I'm giving myself a wider stance and that soft bend in my knee. And then I feel very engaged with my leg muscles, and I think about balance there. I think sometimes I forget about how important this core is. My daughter reminded me about the importance of our core strength because she's a dancer, okay? And so when she does dance and she does all those like twirly circles, she would probably get mad at me if I called them a twirly circle because I'm sure it has a really nice, beautiful French name, but she does those little spinny circles. And so she talks about how you have to tighten your core when you do those to stay balanced and to make that work. And so it translates to Tai Chi in how if our muscles are engaged, if our core is strong, then we can hold our body upright and we're more balanced. And so I don't know if I made that really good point that I have inside of my head. I don't know if the words came out as eloquently as they could, but just know that our core is extremely involved with our balance. I'll give you another example of something she told me. They were having like a day in class where they were doing stuff like push-up contest, arm wrestling contest. And so she asked, could anybody do a shotgun? And now a shotgun is when you, I'm going to hold on to the wall, but you put one leg out and then you squat all the way down and then you come all the way up with your leg out. I can't do it. She can. You know why she can? Because she used her core. She said, I tightened my core and I went down and I came back up. And it wasn't her leg. Of course, she has leg strength, but she said it was because I used my core. I tightened my core and pulled myself up. She said the people in my class who play softball and baseball and other sports that are so strong when it goes to weightlifting, they couldn't do it. But it took her using her core as she balanced herself to come back up, to go down and come back up on one leg. So let that be a testament to us, but on a lot easier playing field, because we're not going all the way down with one leg sticking out, are we? That's not our goal at Tai Chi. But
no, we're not.
That is an extreme example. All right, so let me go back to what we were doing and let's go to our hips. And that's where we shift our weight to one leg, place our heel forward, hands back, paws in the middle, and toe back, hands forward. So here we are holding our weight on one leg, but we're not doing that extreme. It's called a shotgun. I guess, I don't know why it's called a shotgun, but it is. Let's do one more. Shift the weight. Another thing I was thinking about in the case of our soft bend in our knee, one reason why the soft bend in our knee is so helpful for our balance is because it lowers our center of gravity. And when we lower our center of gravity, we're less likely to fall or to topple. And what made me think about that is I was watching a video on a car review about a car turning over, and they referred to center of gravity, that its center of gravity was lower and less likely to topple or to flip. And I was like, hey, that's Tai Chi. We lower our center of gravity with that soft bend. They do it in more extreme ways, like the sumo wrestler, where they're really bent down. You know, in boxing, they do. In wrestling, they do. They lower that center of gravity and they're less likely to fall. So the things we do in Tai Chi translate into so many other places. And I think that's cool. Here, Tai Chi is so slow and people disregard it because it's slow and say, oh, that's not for me, that's too slow. But is it not more challenging because it's slow? We have to have so much more muscle control when we go slow than when we go fast. For our knees, we have our loose fist, shift, lift, tap, and punch. I'm lifting my foot a little higher than usual just to test myself. We're in control of where we place that foot out. Of course, it takes a lot more balance to lift that up in the air, and pretend we're tapping a cup that's out there. I know I've told you before, I don't suggest ever actually putting a cup out there to tap on top of. The imaginary one works better because when it's imaginary, you're always tapping the top of it. When it's an actual cup, you're too worried about the cup and you lose the balance. Ask me how I know, because I tried it. It's a lot more challenging worrying about where the cup was. When we're not supposed to be looking down, you know, we have our eyes out. All right, now let's step out, keeping both feet on the floor, shift the weight and punch, shift, step, shift, bring it back, feet together. I love this one because of all the shifting front and back, and then shifting to the side. As we shift weight, that's how our muscles get stronger. Don't forget to breathe. No, I usually say that if I've caught myself holding my breath. All right, for our ankles, heel toe, rocking that foot, it's working on the mobility of the ankle joint, keeping it from getting too stiff. You know, the more we move our joints, the less stiff they get. This past weekend, riding in a car for 6 hours, going there and coming back, sitting in an auditorium for, I don't even want to add up the hours. That's really hard on your hip joint. So anytime you find where you're in a car a long time or you've sat a long time, try to do some stretches for your hips. You can look on the internet for hip flexor stretches and find ones that work good for you. There's one particular one we do in Tai Chi that I can share with you that are good for your hip flexor. But your hip flexor is made of multiple muscles, and it is a complicated set of muscles to stretch. So look into that if you ever get stiff in your hips, if you sat too long, and because if you don't keep your hip flexor muscles stretched, you can get back pain, particularly lower back pain. Sometimes you can get knee pain because all these muscles, they're connected to your leg muscle. So you can imagine if these are all stiff, then it'll pull on your knee, causing your knee to hurt. If these muscles are stiff, it can pull on your lower back, causing your lower back to hurt. So just remember that all of that is connected, and where you may have pain may not be where the problem is. All right, so this is a hip flexor stretch we do in Tai Chi. It's the seated version of what we do when we're standing and we do this, okay? That stretch. This is the seated version where you lay your knee to the side and your hands go in the opposite direction. So this would be your weight shift. You push this foot into the floor and this knee lays out, and you can feel that nice stretch in your hip or the inside of your groin, if you want to think of it as that. But it's your hip flexors. Then do the other way. Push this foot into the floor and lay that knee out. And you're in control of how far you lay it out, depending on the stretch that works best for you. That's a nice seated hip flexor stretch, but there are lots of other stretches that you can do. Work your way towards from a simple stretch. Oh yeah, Gwen's here. Well, let me let her in. So y'all all get 10th day completer shirts. Okay. And now that I said that, I think what I need to do is highlight myself. Spotlight myself. Hey, Miss Gwen.
Sorry for my lateness.
Oh, you're okay. I'm so glad you're here because all three of you won today with your 10th class. So that makes you a completer. Which one of these shirts don't you have?
Great.
Great. Would you like a gray one?
Yeah, that's fine.
What size?
I think I did small.
This is small.
Uh,
Do you want a small in this one too? These run a little bit small. That's my opinion.
yeah, I would rather have small.
Very good. All right. I about wrote Sharita. Gwen, I was going to send Sharita your shirt. But I'll put those in the mail. But thank you for keeping coming to class. See, even if something kept you from getting here right at 10, I love that you still came. I just think that's great. So anyway, hip flexors are so important if you find yourself really sitting around a lot. In terms of Tai Chi, that's just one stretch I can show you. But the internet is full of lots of stretches. All right, let's get to our part one. Let me turn around and give ourselves some space. Miss Gwen, I put up a new sign. I don't know if you can read it. I think I wrote a little too small, but it says breathe in calm, breathe out stress, and you can insert whatever word works for you for calm and stress. But this is just a good reminder to keep us breathing and having those affirmation words that get us in a better place, and we can do that through breathing. All I ask during our Tai Chi is that you continue to breathe, even if it's not true diaphragmatic breathing, just to breathe at your own pace and not hold your breath. All right, so here we go from the top, and we're going to go all the way through. Make sure I'm in camera view, and commence. Close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Remember, we count to 6. Open, close. Advance 6, starting with brush knee. Play the loop. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. Good job.
Good job.
Okay. One thing that I've been thinking about is with our brush knee. So, you know, we go to the left first, talking about mirror image, is at this point, okay, so I shift left, right toe in and reach. Shift right, bring that left foot, left hand back. So as soon as that left hand gets down to my hip, I think of that like relay race, you know, where you like tag off and it's the next person's turn to run. Well, as soon as I bring that left hand down, I think of that, that's when that tag off happens. So I have officially tagged my right hand, and then it starts to make its move to come around and push. And so I don't know if y'all even pay attention to that moment. And it's all in the name of continuous, right? So our principle is slow, smooth, and continuous. And so when we do that movement, one hand, the left hand stops, but the right hand starts. So there's a continuous movement, but it's almost like that handoff. Like, okay, I'm done. Right hand, your turn. And then the right hand finishes that movement. You may have not thought of it, but I think it every single time I do that move, and I don't think I've ever told y'all that. So let's go through let's just practice our advanced movement. So knowing we go to the left first, thinking about keeping that movement continuous, but at the same time, because this is the tricky part, at the same time, giving respect to that empty step. So I used to have a bad habit of doing that in the name of continuous, stepping and going ahead and shifting because I was trying to be continuous. But we can still give respect to the empty step and still be continuous. Are we always continually moving? No, there are a few moments when I come back on block and close, I come back and block and close. And I think that's why I add that little extra pump with my hand, just so that I am continuously moving. But it's not necessarily part of the movement. I think I just give it that extra movement to keep continuous. It's almost like a little circle that I do with my hands to give respect to the empty step, then step and shift. And I do it again with that follow step with the hands. It's that push and that moment just to give it its respect and then come to the front for the open and close. So that's what we want to be working on, is being continuous, but also respectful of the empty step. All right, let's go through just our advanced movements. That's what we'll practice on. Brush knee. Play the loop. Three punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Front. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. Again, I'll talk you through it. Let me talk through the specifics of the moves, and then I'll come back to just the names and then without any of it. Open and close. Brush knee. Shift left. Right toe in and reach. Shift right. Separate, prepare. Step left, bring this right in around and push as I shift. Follow step left. Play the loop. Step back, turn hands. Shift as they pass to that elbow and follow step left. Parry punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and guard. Shift, deliver. Follow step. Lock and close. Step back, release hands. Shift as they come to my hips. Follow step left. Push the tiger. Step, shift, and follow step. To the front, step, shift, and step. Hands face, open and close. Brush knee. Shift right. Left toe in and reach. Shift left. Separate, prepare. Step right, bring this left around and push as I shift. Follow step left. Play the loop. Step back, turn hands. Shift as they pass to the elbow and follow step right. Parry punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and guard. Shift, deliver. Follow step. Block and close. Step back, release hands, shift as they come to my hips, follow step right. Push the tiger, step right, push as I shift and follow step left. To the front, step, shift and right, hands face, open and close. Close it out. Now just calling out the names of the movement, starting with an open and close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. The front. Open, close. Close it out. Without any talking. Advance 6, starting with open, close. Now let's just practice going to the right. That's our second half of our advanced movements, the one we have the least amount of practice with. And let's go through that same series where I talk you through it, then just call out the names, and then without any talking. Still coming from my open and close. Brush knee. Shift right. Left toe in and reach. Shift left. Separate, prepare. Step right. Bring this left hand around and push as I shift weight. Follow step left. Play the loop. Step back left. Turn hands. Shift as they pass. Follow step right. Parry punch. Step right and flip. Shift and parry. Step left and flip. Shift and parry. Step right, put up that guard. Shift as I deliver and follow step left. Block and close. Step back left, separate hands. Shift as I come to my hips. Follow step right. Push the tiger. Step right, shift as I push. Follow step left to the front. Step, shift, step, hands face, open and close. Now, there may be parts of those movements that I don't verbalize. You know, there's only so much talking it out I can do. So there's more to the movements than what I'm even saying. So if you need any clarifications on any of those movements, just tell me and we'll break each one down. So think about that while we do to the right with just the names of the movement and then with no talking. All right, starting with an open and close. Brush knee. Play the loop. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. Now with no talking, starting with an open and close. Any of those movements that you would like to go over? Or you just want to keep practicing? I'll take that as you want to keep practicing.
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's start from the top, putting it all together. I'll call out the names of the movements. Wait, I need to start over here. Sorry. Okay. From the top, part 1 all the way through, basic 6 and advanced. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Advance 6. Roche knee. Play the loop. Hairy punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Rush knee. Play the loop. Hairy punch. Open, close. Push the tiger. Open, close. And close it out. How about that?
Good.
Very good, y'all. Let's cool
Looking
ourselves.
good, looking good.
I think so. I mean, I'm not seeing y'all, but the fact that y'all aren't saying, can you explain this, or can you, because I know y'all are the type of students that will ask for clarification if you need it. So I think you know it. It's just a matter of practice and working on the, staying slow, being more smooth and continuous, and just not thinking about what's next. And that comes with practice. So I'm here for you. We're here for it, and we'll continue to get better as we go through until the end of this class. Like I said, there's 5 more classes. So imagine how much better we'll be in 5 more weeks. Let's reminding ourselves we don't want to live this way. We don't want to live with tension. Let it go. Tense and release. And release. One more. Gather the tension and then let it go. Big shoulder circle. Inhale up and push those hands down. A great one to think. Breathe in calm and breathe out stress. Breathe in blessings. Oh, exhale those irritants. Boom Brady, the dog, the cute little puppy dog. Exhale. Puppies are so bad, y'all. And you can't make them get a job. All right. Wouldn't that be nice if you could tell your puppy that chewed up something to get a job and replace it? All right, so mirror image. My right fist representing our strength. My left hand, fingers together, representing our friendship. My thumb in representing our humility. And we put those together in mutual respect. We say namaste. Thank y'all for being a part of this. This is great. Thank you for sharing with me the good in your life and letting me share the good, but also the irritants, and knowing we all experience irritants, don't we? And together we will remind each other that we're not going to stay there. We're not going to stay focusing on the irritants. We're going to let those irritants go. I mean, they still going to be there. That my car is still chewed up by my dog. It's still out there, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the fact that my car can get me where I need to go, right? So we share that with each other and remind each other
Right.
what is important. So with that being said, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great week. I'll see you next time.
Bless you.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.